Hello everyone, like, subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily contents. Yes people, it's been a while. I apologize for that, and I apologize not doing the World Cup this year as well. Lots of things have been happening in the background for me, so I can't really go into details, but I apologize for not doing this on a regular basis. So Liverpool Football Club are up for sale, are up for investors as well, and Liverpool Football Club want a couple of players in next summer and plus in January. So there's a lot of things we could talk about. So let's do this, people. Let's do this. Yes, people, welcome to LFC Red Forever channel. Before we start, please go to our socials, which are Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and Instagram plus YouTube. So please do that for us, and you're gonna be rewarded with more of latest news and chats about old times plus live watch alongs as well. So please go to our social medias, which are Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram and YouTube. So please do that for us, and if you haven't subscribe as well. Much appreciated to everyone that's doing that for us. So we're going to be talking about Liverpool Football Club. We're back to normality. I mean, it's not long till Liverpool actually start playing a game. I think it's a Carling Cup game versus Manchester City in the City Ground. That's our first game after the World Cup, so I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully we could defend our trophy. I know a lot of people don't want to defend any trophies, just to concentrate on the league and see where we get at the end of the season. So yeah, so we're going to be talking about obviously Liverpool Football Club and what's going on. A lot of stuff has been happening with this guy. As everybody knows, Jude Bellingham is close. Apparently the deal with Liverpool Football Club. His family, they said that wants to join Liverpool Football Club as well. So if his family is pushing him towards that way, come back to England and join one of the biggest teams in the world football. And I remember actually when Dortmund and Manchester City played, Pep Guardiola actually called him in to talk to him, probably to persuade him to go to City, because like City is not a young team, they're not sprint chickens, you know what I mean? Like majority of their players, the Bruynes, are all in their 30s, so they do need the next generation. And not only that, Pep Guardiola has signed a new contract for a couple of years to stay longer, and he wants to do the next generation as well, like Klopp is doing as well. But sometimes it's not all about the money, it's about the development in a player. And there's no better place than Liverpool Football Club. And plus Jurgen Klopp, who develops a lot of players. Even Lewandowski the other day was talking about Pep Guardiola, and I was thinking to myself, wasn't Klopp the one who got you from a low division Polish club and turned you into a player that you are today? I don't know, like sometimes the appreciation from players is just wrong. And not only that, Klopp actually keeps up with Lewandowski at the moment. He even they always message each other, they always talk, and he didn't give the credit that Klopp deserved to him for some reason. But it's okay. Maybe he wanted to come to Liverpool and Liverpool rejected it. That's that's part and parcel of football. Like, we want to go in the younger route now. We don't want to be like going to the elderly route while we have to get rid of a lot of players in the club at the moment. So yeah, so Jude Bellingham, like I said in the past, I don't know a lot about him. I do now. I've been watching him in the Champions League. I've been trying to watch a few Bundesliga games. The kid is fantastic, and you can see in the World Cup what he's all about. He's an outstanding midfielder with full of energy. He could play with both foot. He could create. He could score. He could play with the team build up, and that's the number 8 we're actually missing in the team. Don't get me wrong, Henderson is still there, but Henderson is getting on a bit. He could play at multiple positions. He doesn't have to be playing as a number 8 anymore. If this kid comes in, Henderson can revert to number 6, if you know what I mean, people. And from the sources around the club, everybody is saying this deal is very, very close. Klopp apparently approached Dortmund and talked to Dortmund, like I've been saying for a long time. You know what I mean? If the power is in your hand, go and do it. Why are you letting your rivals actually go to your old clubs and get players? That's what I don't understand. I don't appreciate things like that. I'm sorry, people. I know people have that kind of morals of like, I can't go back to my old club and destroy them and buy players for them. But if other clubs are doing that, what makes you like just stand there and watch your rivals get better, if you know what I mean? So yeah, so this deal apparently is close. I don't think it's going to happen in January. I think it's going to happen in like next summer, and he is going to be hopefully our like big signing in the summer. So you know, the age comes down, and we've got a lot of young players to take care of the team as well, to aim for more trophies in a longer time than what we had in the past. You know, we try to do instant success, get everything going straight away, like 5 years max. But now, like, luckily, the age brackets is going down. Like, you look at Darwin Núñez, 22 when we got him. You look at Harvey Elliott and Carvalho, both 19, as well as Bellingham. Hopefully, when he comes, he's 19 years old as well. And you know, and then like you got Joe Gomez, 25. You got Konate, 23. You've got Calvin Ramsey. I think he's about 20 or something like that. So the age is coming down. It's not like, you know, a distance away, but we still need that 26-year-old, 25-year-olds with these players to guide them through games, and you know, players in their prime. You know what I mean, in their prime, not in their peak yet, but in their prime, that will help these young players as well. Yeah. So Jude Bellingham is very, very close, people, from what I've heard, and hopefully he will be here next summer. I'm hoping January, but anything can happen. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. So hopefully he'll be here sooner than like people think. So the next player everybody's talking about is this guy, Amrabat. Apparently, before the World Cup, Liverpool and Amrabat representatives have been chatting and to bring him to Liverpool Football Club. You know, like Liverpool, when they chase players, clubs put their prices up. But with him at Fiorentina, probably we could get him for something like 40 million. He's about 26 years old, people. So that's what I was saying, right age bracket. And he could actually, you know, get in straight into the team. He could play as a number 6, as everybody can see in the World Cup. He's probably the best number 6 at the moment, and he could play with Casemiro, and he could play as a number 8 as well. So he could play multiple positions, and I like him. I really like him. If we're gonna go the cheap route and not play over the odds, like 80, 60 million for, you know, players that don't actually deserve that much money. You know, like the issues we got in this country, we don't give our youngsters any hope to play for the big teams, because we put the price tag so high, it's unreal. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make any sense. So like going for the likes of Rice for 80, 90 million, it shouldn't be like that. You know what I mean? He's not as good as probably Amrabat. So Amrabat can come cheaper, and he's a better player, if you know what I mean. So yeah, so apparently they've chatted before the World Cup, and talks are already ongoing, and he could be the first signing in the new year in January as well. So yeah, just keep an eye on that and see what happens during January. Yeah, so that's all I got for you in the transfer side of things. So we're going to be talking about, obviously, Liverpool Football Club and the ownership, if you know what I mean, people. Like the ownership that we want, the ownership everybody has sold themselves for, and you know, like, we want to compete with the best. We don't want to be left behind, people. I'm tired of, like, you know, hearing Newcastle buying this, Manchester City buying this. Like, can you imagine Liverpool Football Club with money? You know what I mean? The football heritage will take over with the money, if you know what I'm saying. And hopefully this will happen in the coming months as well. So from David Lynch, I know this guy because I watch him on Press Box and Liverpool Football Club's channel, and he is close to the club. He does get a lot of stuff from you know, the football club as well. So what he said, David Lynch, what he said was a joint Saudi Qatari consortium have emerged as strong early contenders to buy Liverpool after joining forces to avoid becoming embroiled in a bidding war. Interest also from Germans and Americans investors. You know, I don't I don't want to go back to Americans anymore, people. I want to move past Americans, you know what I mean? I don't know about the German ones, you know what I mean? I can't really elaborate with the German ones. It's very tough for me to talk about. But yeah, I think like with the American thing, we need to step away from that now, because we've learned they only come here for business reasons. They don't come here for passionate reasons. They don't want to spend on the pitch. They don't want to spend off the pitch. If you look at Anfield, the infrastructure outside the actual stadium, it's appalling, people. It's like a poor man's city, you know what I mean? So what we need to do is work around the club as well, you know what I mean? Outside, build a hotel outside the stadium, you know what I mean? Let people, when they come to travel to Liverpool, stay in a hotel next to the stadium so they could do this touring, whatever Liverpool Football Club want to do, and things like that. And you know, those houses around it as well, they're all like locked off, and you know, they got metal doors in front of the window, sorry, the doors and the windows, like they got metal actual frames and things like that. Like, it looks proper poor outside Anfield. Probably the club owns it and they're gonna decide what to do with it in the future, but you know, things like that we've got to work on, you know, make the city more appealing for people to come down and enjoy it, if you know what I'm saying, people. And listen, at the end of the day, that's what I want for Liverpool Football Club. I've sold myself to getting investors, especially from the Arab world. Qatar and Saudi Arabia interest is a beautiful thing, you know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people are looking at the actual morals and all this stuff. I don't know where that comes from. This country don't have any morals, people. Like, I don't know where this comes from. Like, look at Abramovich. Everybody knows Abramovich's background before he took over at Chelsea. I mean, it's not a rocket scientist. I mean, they still let him take over a club, even though we know who he was working for. We know how he got the money. And then you got Newcastle with the Saudis as well now, and you got the Manchester City owners as well, and other Arabs there. If you talk about morals and human rights and all that stuff, what about this country? This country is not any better either. So you can't really just talk about other countries who want to invest, come to your country, give you money, and build around your actual city as well. So I don't see what's wrong with that. I don't see like what's wrong with that. And at first I was one of those fans that was saying maybe not, but now, like, if you look at the bigger picture and what they can do with their money around the club, would be a force, man. Would be a power force. You know, players won't even reject Liverpool Football Club. You look at Man City people like Aguero's, Yaya Torres, and you know, David Silva's, and all Bernardo's. All these players, you hardly hear them ever come out and say, you know what, I want to go to Real Madrid. I want to go to Barcelona. You don't hear things like that. And with like, don't that this actual finance as well. It's a private consortium, and it's going to avoid them like clashing while they're trying to do the actual payments to buy the club and all that. But if you get two different countries which are not like cousins or brothers or anything like that, and they want to join as one, why not? You know what I mean? The best thing about it is you don't have to do money washing. Like, you could prove your proof of funds as well, like if it's coming from different places who are not related to you. And this is where Manchester City actually struggle when they go to court and get about 50 lawyers onto it, you know what I'm saying? So with this, it will be easier for us, two different countries, and we won't have issues with actually financing the team. So the most important thing for me, I don't care about the actual stands anymore, because we keep building, but you still don't have like enough for local people to get tickets. So why don't we just concentrate more on the actual pitch, where we have to compete with the likes of Real Madrid, Barcelona, Manchester City, PSG, etc. You know what I mean? And see where we go from there. And then you got Man United on the other hand as well, people. Like, all of a sudden their club is for sale. Like, do you ever think to yourself, why is their club for sale when Liverpool already came out? You know what I'm saying? And like I've always said, Liverpool, Man United do work off the pitch together, so people talk. So they must have heard there's already Liverpool sale in place, and it probably is in advanced stages, and this is why Manchester United have come out and they want to sell their club as well. So if Liverpool already have Arab owners that's investing like heavily in the club, why are we going to be left behind as well? You know what I'm saying? So things like that is happening behind the scenes, people, and I support this Qatari side interest. I hope it happens, because I want to compete with the best of them. I don't want to be left behind anymore. I want to move forward. I want to like Don't be, you know what, you know the old saying, people, nice guys finish last. We don't want to be nice guys anymore. I don't want to finish last anymore. I've tried all that stuff. It never works. And FSG, thank you for what you've done, but it's time to go. It's time to go, and it's time to get investors in that's actually interested on the pitch as well as off the pitch, mainly on the pitch as well. So people, I hope you enjoyed this, and we could discuss this further as the weeks come along, because things might develop along the way. But yeah, I'll be back, you know, doing this on a regular basis again. Had my little rest, and you know, like I apologize for not doing it for a while as well. So let's talk about this in the future, people. So let's do this, people. Take care, everyone. Take care.